5 devices that if we got them, it would change creative mode forever. And today I'm gonna go into details on each of them and pray we actually get them. Let's go. All right, before I get into this, I need to specify this isn't about aesthetic stuff today. Aesthetically, we definitely need something like a terrain editor to help us really build the landscapes we need and want in creative mode. Or I'd love a setting where you could like place down your own props like this and somehow select all of them, then hit the combine button and they become a new prop that has its own memory or something like that. We could create our own customized props to help the aesthetics in our maps. But we're not talking about aesthetics today, because even if we had these really cool aesthetic tools, yes, our maps could look amazing and maybe even add some game modes. It's not gonna like fundamentally change the kind of maps that are made. So I'm not talking about that today. Today I'm talking about specifically devices. And I've saved my favorite one for last, so make sure you watch the whole video. Okay, first let's start with weapons. I feel like we really need a weapons manager. Now, I know there's leaks about a melee manager that also has settings that we can customize, and that's a huge start in the right direction, but we need a weapons manager for normal weapons. Things like assault rifles or shotguns. Like a good example of the things we can make are in the exotic weapons. So like the boom sniper rifle. This is a sniper rifle that literally shoots clingers. Like that is super cool. I would love a manager where I could say, oh yeah, take this sniper rifle and it shoots something other than like a normal bullet. Like what if the sniper rifle shot shockwave grenades like this? Or it even shot like junk rifts or something. I mean, that would be crazy. Man, guys, I forgot about junk rifts. How cool they are, man. These are insane. But to have a manager where you can assign like how many bullets come out in one shot, like this rocket launcher shoots out 2 rockets. Or with the hop rock dualies, when you shoot, it applies a low gravity hop rock type effect. I would love a manager that you could go into and specify all of the things that you want it to do. I'm sure there's a lot of limitations and things that the developers have to think through for this, but to be able to customize the weapons to fit our maps exactly how we want makes it so we have control over what our maps end up being. That would be a game changer. One really big thing that's been missing in creative mode since the start is the ability to add custom music. There are so many really cool maps out there, whether it's multiplayer maps or huge adventure maps, or even horror maps that are just missing something. And yes, I know we have the radio device and the speaker device, and while these definitely help, we can't really customize the experience for the player. What if when you came to the hub, you could create a new island, and one of these islands here was a music island? An island that was specifically made to create music. Maybe it even looks like a music staff. I mean, let me just make something really fast as an example. This is gonna be kind of scuffed, guys. Okay, so here you go. Here's my music staffs, guys. So imagine this is a treble clef up here and a bass clef right here. But then you could come in and place a music tile down on this, and maybe the music title represents a quarter note or something. And then you could even go in here and customize the quarter note to play for 4 quarter notes. So instead of having these notes to just play like one beat like this, we can have it play for 4 beats. So it goes bing. On this island, I would love to have like a customized search bar here that's broken up by the instruments. You could have like a string instrument or a percussion instrument, and then you can place down the tiles, compose whatever music you want, then you publish it. It gives you a specific code for a music map, and then you have a radio device in your normal maps that you can go in and you can put in a customized code. Very similar to how the matchmaking portal would work. You put in the island code right here, and then you could activate this radio to play that music whenever you want. That way you could have customized music sequences at any point in your map, and it doesn't take any extra memory. And having it all broken up into music staffs would make it so much easier to compose beautiful music in Fortnite. When these music tiles first came out, a whole category of creators was made in Fortnite that got tons of views and made awesome maps, but it just kind of died off because there's so many limitations to just these music tiles. We need music maps that we can customize, attach to a device that we can then activate whenever we want. Huge game changer. Okay, this next one kind of goes along with music, sort of, but I would love to have a cinematic device. Now, I actually thought about this one for a little while because I don't really know how you could do this mid-game, but I think it would really work well for the beginning of matches or rounds. So basically, you would have a device that lets you set up 3 to 5 shots in a row, and then it kicks you out into the replay mode like this, and then you can do shot 1 for 3 seconds, shot 2 for 3 seconds, then shot 3 for 3 seconds, and you can then have like an intro into your map. You could even have like a default ending shot that goes behind your player like this, and then it starts in your third person mode. I think it would be a good way to have transition between rounds and to introduce people's hard work to everyone so they can see more of the map before they even get into it. Okay, this next one's gonna be kind of difficult, I think, but we need an AI manager for things like guards, creatures, and wildlife. Now, I'm not just talking about a way to like manage these all together in one spot. What we need is a way to improve the AI. Now, I love that we have all 3 of these things, and I think the henchmen are really cool. I mean, the fact that they can mount and chase you is awesome. But other than that, they're not really super smart. Well, they definitely add a great dimension to maps. The AI in creative is severely lacking. Right now we have a creature manager, but even this manager is super unhelpful. You can change like the damage to player, damage to environment, all of that kind of stuff, which is great. We need that. But we need to be able to improve the intelligence of the AI. We could somehow have smarter AIs that could like genuinely challenge people and like make maps super fun. Like that would change creative forever. Like then we could have really interesting experiences and basically make like little mini games that would be really fun to play. Right now in creative, basically you have to have either a PvP map or a death run, and like adventure maps and experiences like that have really been lost. I think one of the main reasons for that is our AI is really bad. And along those same lines, I'd really love to see a boss manager, and I know that's different than this AI manager I'm talking about, but to be able to have customized bosses in Fortnite creative, once again add a new layer to maps that could take this whole game mode to another level and attract a whole new audience. We've got to improve AI in creative mode. Okay, the last device, and the one I think would change creative the most, is some sort of perspective device. I talked about this a little bit in my video where I made a first-person map. We need a volume device that looks something like this that you can pick up, resize however you want, and then when people enter your zone here, it forces the camera into a specific position. Really, there's 4 types of game modes here. So we've got third person, which is what we're used to here in Fortnite. There are first-person games, there are side-scrolling games, and then there's like the above-down view that you would see in something like League of Legends. So what I would really love to see is when you like enter this, it goes into side-scrolling, right? And you're jumping up and down, feels a lot like Mario or something. And then when you come out to this area, it turns into first person, and you can run all the way through this tunnel. And then when you finally come out, this turns into a top-down view where you can run around and have a map that's a top-down view. And then maybe even switch back to third person like this. That would be so epic, guys. Just think of all of the maps that you could do with this. And then within the device, I would expect there to be settings like which mode you want, third or first or whatever. But then things like how far away the camera is from the character. You could even change the like camera angle so that you could even have a different third person experience than what we currently have. I don't know, guys. I feel like something like this would completely change creative mode, and just imagine what we could build with that. The future of creative is super bright. We have come so far from where we were, and I hope we get some really cool devices like that in the future.